Hello students, good morning. Today we are going to learn new topic that is capital budgeting. So let us start. Capital budgeting and investment decision method. Capital budgeting means it is a long-term investment. It planning for capital assets, and these are the techniques: payback period, net present value and internal rate of return. This is an overview which we learned today. That is definition of capital budgeting, budget sector and types of budget, capital budgeting, importance of capital budgeting. Next, capital budgeting, project categorization, capital budgeting, that is 8 steps, evaluation criteria, capital investment appraisal, that is some techniques or the methods, and the last one is the conclusion. So this is an overview of an capital budgeting. Definition of capital budgeting. Budgeting is a management tool for planning and controlling the future activity. Capital budgeting, it means a long-term investment and it is a tool of management for planning and controlling the future activity. Some another definition, that is a plan for saving, borrowing and spending. Budget is a financial plan and a list of all the planned expenses and revenue. So this is the definition of capital budgeting. Capital means operating assets used for production, that is long-term investment. Budget, a plan that details projected cash flow during the some period. Budget, it means a cash flow, either inflow and outflow, that is in details projected during the some period. So capital budgeting means process of analyzing the project and deciding which one to include in capital budget. Capital budgeting, it means either we should invest or not. So there are some techniques or the methods or the tools which we calculate the cost of production or to the invest, whether it is in profitability or not. Importance of capital budgeting. So these are the main points. Importance, that is growth rate, large amount, irreversibilities, complexity, risk and the long-term implications. So growth, whether we invest into the some capital assets, क्या वो फ्यूचर में उसका ग्रोथ है, फ्यूचर में whether it is beneficial or not. Large amount, here the investment of capital assets is in large amount. Irreversibility, it means returns है उस प्रोजेक्ट के ऊपर. Complexity, then risk and the long term implication. Long term पीरियड के लिए, लॉन्ग टर्म फ्यूचर के लिए हम क्या करते हैं, इन्वेस्ट करते हैं. सो बेनिफिट ऑफ द कैपिटल बजटिंग डिसीजन, दैट इज कैपिटल बजटिंग डिसीजन इवैल्यूएट अ प्रपोज्ड प्रोजेक्ट टू फोरकास्ट रिटर्न फ्रॉम द प्रोजेक्ट एंड डिटरमाइन वेदर द रन फ्रॉम प्रोजेक्ट इज एडुकेट. जहां पे हम कैपिटल बजटिंग का डिसीजन लेंगे, जो प्रपोज्ड प्रोजेक्ट होगा, फोरकास्ट होगा, वेदर इट इज एन फ्यूचर में क्या उसका बेनिफिट है, लॉन्ग टर्म बेनिफिट्स उसका मिल रहा है, लॉन्ग टर्म उसका इन्वेस्टमेंट जो हम लोग कर रहे हैं वो कंपनी के लिए प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी है कि वो नहीं है. देन कैपिटल बजटिंग डिसीजन इवैल्यूएट एक्सपेंडिचर डिसीजन व्हिच इन्वॉल्व्स द करंट आउटफ्लो ऑफ फंड्स बट आर लाइकली टू प्रोड्यूस बेनिफिट्स ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम मोर देन 1 ईयर. सो मोर देन 1 ईयर इट मींस इन लॉन्ग टर्म. वो इसको इवैल्यूएट करेंगे जो एक्सपेंडिचर वेयर द इन्वॉल्व द करंट आउटफ्लो ऑफ द फंड्स बट लाइकली टू द बेनिफिट टू द प्रोड्यूस, which is a benefit of certain number of years. Project categorization, that is establishment of new products and services, replacement of project, maintenance or cost reduction, then expansion of existing project, research and development projects, long-term contracts or safety or environmental project. So these are the categorization where the capital budgeting arise or where the long-term investment will be taken. So establishment of new product or services. Companies want to purchase a new product or a new machinery. Second, either the company want to replace the project, maintenance or the cost reduction. Next one is the expansion of existing projects. जो उसके पास assets है उसको और क्या करेंगे, expansion for a new technology and upgradation के लिए. Another point is then next point is the research and development project. उस project के ऊपर और क्या करने का, research करने का, development उसके ऊपर करने का. Then long term contracts, long term benefits के लिए. Then safety and environmental projects. So these are the projects which will be a safety of the machinery or the assets. Evaluation criteria, capital investment proposal, that is evaluation criteria, non-discounting criteria and discounting criteria. Discounting criteria, it's under the traditional method or the traditional way, but in the modern way or the new way, that is discounting criteria. So non-discounting criteria, there are the techniques as the payback period and average rate of return, and discounting criteria, that is in that discounting payback period, net present value method, profitability index method and internal rate of return method. So all these are the criteria, evaluation criteria, whether the company has to invest in a long term any assets or an investment. So these are the tools where the company has to investments. So there are the two types of the criteria. First one is the non-discounting criteria and another one is the discounting criteria. Non-discounting criteria, it comes under the payback period and average rate of return, and discounting criteria is under the discounted payback period. Second one is the net present value. Third one is the profitability index, and the last one is the internal rate of return. So now learn one by one non-discounting payback period. In that payback period method, it is defined as the number of years required to recover the original cost invested in a project. So it has two conditions. First one is the when the cash flow is constant every year. So payback period equals to cash outflow upon cash inflow. Clear? So payback period method, it means here it is defined as the number of years required to recover the original cost of invested in a project. So here the two conditions will be followed. First condition, when the cash inflow is constant every year. Every year, so payback period is to be calculated as cash outflow upon cash inflow per annum. And the second one is the when cash flow are not constant every year. So here the payback period is to be calculated, that is completed years plus required inflow upon inflow of next year into 12. So these are the two methods for calculating the payback period method, where the cash flow is constant every year, and another one is the when the cash flow are not constant every year. Next method is non-discounting criteria, that is annual rate of return or an average rate of return. So in this method, average rate of return means the average annual earnings on the project. Under this method, profit after tax and depreciation is considered. So this is an important point, that in this method, calculation of profit after tax and depreciation is considered. So average rate of return can be calculated in the following two ways. That is, first one is the average rate of return on average investment or the average rate of return on initial investment. So if the average rate of return on average investment, the formula is average profit after tax upon average investment into 100. And if the average rate of return on initial investment, so the formula is average profit after tax upon initial investment into 100. If the average investment, so here we write the denominator as average investment, or if the initial investment, so here the write in the denominator as initial investment. So average rate of return method, in this method main the important is calculation as the net profit after tax and depreciation is considered, and the two way of the methods will be considered. First as the average rate of return method, that is average profit after tax upon average investment into 100. If the taken as the average rate of return on initial investment, so the formula is average profit after tax upon initial investment into 100. Now the next one is the discounting criteria. In that discounting criteria, that is payback period. So in this method, in discounted payback period method, the cash inflows are discounted by applying the present value factors for different time periods. For this, discounting cash inflow are calculated by multiplying the present value factors into the cash inflows. So here in this payback period method, the cash inflows are to be calculated as a discounting. So by applying the present value factors are given in the problems for the different time periods. For this, discounted cash flow are calculated by multiplying the present value factors into the cash inflows. So here, discounting payback period equals to completed years plus required cash inflow upon inflow of next year into 12. So this is the formula of the payback period where the discounting criteria. So use the present value factors multiplying the cash inflow. So the formula is, that is, discounting payback period equals to completed years plus required cash inflow upon inflow of next years into 12. Here the next discounting criteria, that is NPV, net present value. Net present value method, it is the best method for the evaluation of investment proposal. This method takes into the account time value of the money. So this is the method where the calculations or the evaluation of investment proposal, this method takes the time value of money. So NPV, here the formula is present value of inflow minus present value of outflow. Again I am repeating, the net present value equals to present value of cash inflow minus present value of cash outflow. So evaluation of net present value method, there the project with the higher net present value should be selected. So except if NPV is greater than 0, so the net present value, if the greater than 0, so our investment proposal is accepted. If net present value is less than 0, so better the investment proposal is rejected, or NPV equals to 0. Here the net present value figure is 0, so may or may not be accepted. Right? So net present value, so formula is present value of cash inflow minus present value of cash outflow. If the net present value is greater than, so our investment proposal project is accepted. If it is in less than, so better it is in rejected, or if it is in equals to, so may or may not be accepted. Next criteria, that is discounting criteria, equals to profitability index. Profitability index method, as the net present value method, is also show the project is accepted or not. If profitability index is higher than 1, so the proposal can be accepted. So accepted, it means the profitability index is greater than 1, or if the less than 1, so it will be a rejected. So profitability index is calculated as total cash inflow upon total cash outflow. Profitability index method is to be taken as if the profitability index is higher than 1, and the profitability index should be calculated as total cash inflow upon total cash outflow. Total cash inflow, it means the present value of cash inflow upon present value of cash outflow. If profitability index is greater than 1, it should be accepted. If the profitability index is less than 1, it should be rejected. Now the next one is the discounting criteria, in that internal rate of return. So in this method, the internal rate of return is the rate of return that a project earns. The rate of discounted calculated by trial and error, where the present value of future cash flow is equal to the present value of outflow, is known as the internal rate of return. In this method, internal rate of return is that the return of project earns. The rate of discount calculated by trial and error, whether it is profitable or not. So where the present value of future cash flow is equal to the present value of outflow, is known as the internal rate of return. So internal rate of return equals to higher rate. So NPV of higher rate upon difference in cash flow into difference in rate. if the internal rate of return is lower rate. So same NPV of lower rate upon this difference in cash flow upon difference in rate. So the conclusion of this capital budgeting, we have studied the various evaluation criteria for capital budgeting. That is generally an impression created that the firm should use the net present value method for decision making. Most of the large companies considered all the measures because each one provides somewhat different piece of relevant information to the decision maker. But the best method should be selected, that is net present value method, right? So here many of the large companies considered all the measures because each one provides a somewhat different piece of relevant information to the decision maker. So these are the criteria for a capital budgeting, that is discounted or non-discounting. Example, illustration number 1. The expected cash flow of a projects are years, 5 years are given and cash flow amount is given. So first year amount 20,000, second year 30,000, third year 40,000, fourth year 50,000 and fifth year 30,000. The cash outflow is rupees 1 lakh. It means the investment amount is rupees 1 lakh and the cost of capital is 10%. It is given as the present value at 10%, that is first year 0.909, second year 0.826, third year 0.751, fourth year 0.683 and fifth year 0.620. Here the cost of capital at the 10% amount is given, percentage amount is given. Calculate the following. First, net present value, profitability index, payback period and discounting payback period. So here this is the problem, that is the cash flow of a project. 5 years are given, cash flow amount is given, that is cash inflow amount is given, PV factor, cost of capital at 10% and given. So calculate the following: net present value, profitability index, payback period and discounting payback period. So first calculate the computation of discounting payback period. Here we write the years, that is first, second, third, fourth, fifth year. Cash flow is given in the problem. First year 20,000, second year 30,000, third year 40, fourth year 50,000 and fifth year 30,000. PV factors, present value at 10%, which is also given in the problem. First year 0.909, second year 0.826, third year 0.751, fourth year 0.683, fifth year 6.620. So present value of cash inflow, how it is to be calculated, that is 20,000 into 0.909. So the amount comes at 18,180. Same way 30,000 into 0.826. So the amount comes at 24,780. Third year, that is 40,751. So the amount comes at 30,040. Fourth year 50,683. So the amount comes at 34,150. Fifth year 30,620. So the amount comes at 18,600. So all these are the present value of cash inflow. Now the next step is cumulative cash inflow. So cumulative मतलब सबको ऐड करते हुए जाएंगे. First year, that is 18,180 plus करेंगे 24,780. So amount कितना आएगा 42,960. So again we add the 30,040. So the amount comes 73,000 in third year. 73,000 plus 34,150. So the amount comes at 1,07,150 plus करेंगे 18,600. So 1,25,750. So these are the chart. Now payback period method, that is completed years plus required inflow upon inflow of next year into 12. This is the formula of calculating or the computation of discounting payback period. So here our cash inflow outflow amount is the 1 lakh. that is investment is rupees 1 lakh. So here complete the project that is more than 3 years. So exactly कैसे निकालेंगे इसको? 3 years plus required inflow it means 1 lakh minus करेंगे 73,000, right, upon the inflow of next year. So inflow of next year, that is 34,150 into 12. So here the amount comes at 12.48 years. So now computation of non-discounting payback period. Here we write the year first to 5 years, then cash flow amount. उसके बाद क्या लिखा जाएगा? क्यूमुलेटिव कैश फ्लो. नॉन डिस्काउंटिंग है तो यहाँ पे पीवी फैक्टर्स और डिस्काउंटिंग फैक्टर्स नहीं होगा. सो फर्स्ट ईयर 20,000, सेकेंड ईयर 30, थर्ड ईयर 40,000, फोर्थ ईयर 50,000 एंड फिफ्थ ईयर 30,000. क्यूमुलेटिव करेंगे कैश फ्लो. फर्स्ट ईयर तो सेम 20,000, सेकेंड ईयर 20,000 प्लस 30,000, 50,000 प्लस 40,000, that is 90,000. 90,000 plus 50,000. So the amount comes 1,40,000 plus 30,000 करेंगे तो amount कितना आएगा? 1,70,000. Now payback period equals to completed years plus required inflow upon inflow of next year into 12. So completed years, it means that 90,000. Our cash outflow, that is investment, is 1 lakh. So here कितने years में complete कर रहे हैं हम लोग? More than 3 years. So यहाँ पे क्या लिखा जाएगा? 3 years. Exactly complete कितने year में हमने payback complete किया है अपना? 3 years में. So 3 years plus required inflow. Required inflow कितना है हमारा? 1 lakh. Minus करेंगे कितना ये 3 years में? 90,000 upon inflow of next year. So here inflow of next year कितना amount है? 50,000. So here we write the 50,000 into 12. So the amount comes at the 5.4 years. Next we calculate the computation of net present value and profitability index. Net present value and profitability index यहीं पे हम लोग क्या करते हैं? उसको compute कर रहे हैं, solve कर रहे हैं. Here we write the same years, cash flow amount, PV factor at the 10% which is given in the problem, and the PV of cash inflow. So first year cash flow कितना दिया हुआ है? 20,000. PV factor 0.909. So 20,000 into 0.909, that is 18,180. Second year cash flow 30,000 given. PV factor कितना है? 0.826. So 30,000 into 0.826 करेंगे तो कितना आएगा? 24,780. Third year 40,000 into 0.751. So the amount comes at 30,040. Fourth year 50,000 into 0.683. So the amount comes at 34,150. And the fifth year 30,000, PV factor at the 10%, that is 0.620. So the amount comes at 18,600. Now the total cash inflow, while we adding all the items of cash flow, that is 18,180 plus 24,780 plus 30,040 plus 34,150 plus 18,600. So the amount comes at 1,25,750. Total cash inflow. लेस करेंगे कैश आउटफ्लो तो अमाउंट कितना? कैश आउटफ्लो 1 लाख which is given in the problem. So the net present value कैसे निकाला जाता है? कैश इनफ्लो माइनस कैश आउटफ्लो. So 1,25,750 minus 1 lakh. So the net present value is 25,750. और प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी इंडेक्स कैसे निकाला जाता है? टोटल कैश इनफ्लो अपॉन टोटल कैश आउटफ्लो. सो 1,25,750 अपॉन 1 lakh. सो द अमाउंट कम्स इट 1.2575. क्लियर? कैसे निकालते हैं हम लोग प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी इंडेक्स? दैट इज टोटल ऑफ कैश इनफ्लो, दैट इज 1,25,750 अपॉन total of cash outflow, that is 1 lakh. So profitability index is 1.25, right? So in this lecture we learned and covered the concept of an capital budgeting. It is a very important topic. So in this lecture, we learn and cover the some approaches of capital budgeting, that is capital budgeting meaning, definitions, importance of capital budgeting, some of the tools, methods and techniques of capital budgeting, that is payback period method, discounting payback period method, net present value method, profitability index method. So the students, you write all the important points in your book and do more and more practice, so the concept of an capital budgeting will be get more clear. Here I conclude the lecture. In the next lecture we will meet and learn some more concepts of an management accounting. Till that, take care of yourself. Goodbye.